Alright guys, in this video we'll be talking about a variety of things including sub-brand confirmed information. We have a little bit of information about why NIO is not cutting prices, some more update on Hi-Fi and the price drops, and also low morale amongst NIO employees and what's going on with that. But first of all, check out this video, which is very interesting. It's about the highway charging stations, and this one charging station only had one charging pile with two chargers, and there was 100 EVs lined up fighting for that one charger, and they got nowhere else to go because that was the only charger that they must charge at if they want to go further, which is absolutely crazy. And it shows how infrastructure in China in general is not there yet for EVs in general. This is why NIO was building infrastructure at a rapid pace, not only swap stations but also charging stations. So first, let's talk about the very important news about sub-brand. NIO sub-brand, it is actually confirmed that the sub-brand will debut in May. All right, debut in May, trial production in July, and deliveries in October. Okay, make what you want with those dates, but I think they're kind of on the late kind of timing, but you know, it is what it is. What's also quite crazy is that apparently the design of the car is going to be almost exactly the same as a Model Y, and it's absolutely targeted at the Model Y. It's basically NIO's version of the Model Y, but with the sub-brand label, and can do battery swap. And this is exactly what NIO CEO has said in the past. Imagine a Model Y that can do battery swap, and that's what the sub-brand car is. So hopefully it's going to be successful. I am banking, I am 80% sure that that car is going to be a big success. Now, according to rumors, the sub-brand car is going to start off at 60% the price of a ES6. So that puts it at around 200k RMB. For reference, the ES6 starts at a price of 46,900 US dollars, whereas 60% of that would be 27,800 US dollars. So that would be actually a very competitive price, and if it's a Model Y lookalike with swapping, it could be a huge, massive success. Now, what is NIO doing in terms of sales and promo? Well, right now, during Chinese New Year, they're launching a new promotional event where you can basically borrow a NIO for free for the duration of Chinese New Year and drive it home absolutely cost-free, and also swap for free, basically experiencing the whole NIO ecosystem. And this is a promotional event in all major cities where they have NIOs, and these are basically available everywhere, and you can just go to any store and ask them that you want to rent the car for a couple days for free. And obviously this is a pretty nice way to get exposure, but they are also indeed telling customers that, you know, right now the newer version is about to come out in March, but right now it's still very good. And there's this big discount, 30,000 RMB discount right now, and there's still 4 Orin X chips, which will make it very competitive even within the next 3 years. So they're acknowledging the update that's coming soon, but still encouraging people to buy the car right now, which is good. Now, I got some more information on Hi-Fi. We talked a lot about Hi-Fi, but this is more supplementary information today. So I've learned that a lot of Hi-Fi dealerships, and Hi-Fi does do dealership model and not just direct to sales, but dealerships are panicking with the recent news and onslaught of bad news with Hi-Fi and them potentially going under, and they are basically doing fire sales with their brand new Hi-Fi cars at the dealerships and just throwing the burden to secondhand dealers at like 100k RMB mark off. So brand new Hi-Fi Y, 100k off, thrown to secondhand dealers, and basically you can buy a brand new Hi-Fi Y for 200k RMB basically. But still, people are very hesitant to buy such a vehicle because of the potential of the company going under and not having service or any sort of repairs and having astronomical repair fees. So it's a big risk that even the secondhand dealers are taking. So they're taking in these brand new cars at basically like 30%, 33% off, which is quite incredible and unprecedented. So I stumbled across this post on Little Red Book, which is sort of like Instagram, and the title of it is "Employed by NIO, but I regret working at NIO," which is quite interesting and it really reflects the low morale situation. And I'm not too sure if this is authentic or not, but I guess take it with a shovel of salt or a grain of salt. So, first, it introduces themselves that this guy has been working for NIO for the past 4 years. Before that, they were working at another new energy vehicle company, and these are the 3 regrets. So, first of all, he had no better offers 4 years ago, but now, looking back at it, they should have taken the other offers, well, and not come to NIO because of the following. Okay, the very important regret is because of the high ratio of stock bonuses, and he said that most of their salary is actually a big portion of it is stock bonuses. And it turns out that NIO stock back when it was 60, that was quite interesting, quite good, lucrative. But now, and I quote, the stock price has gone to a freezing point of $6, around $6, and it's very difficult for him to change jobs. So if he changes jobs, he would be forced to sell the stock, and basically that would be a very big loss for him as well. So he's sort of stuck here. And then next, he says that because of the recent job cuts, that some of the colleagues are basically forced out of the company. A lot of people are making these kind of plan Bs, and there's a lot of uncertainty, according to him, about what's going to happen, and there's a lot of worry that they might potentially also get kicked out of the company, get booted because of these job cuts, and essentially be forced to find a new career option, a new job. So they're sort of on the edge, they're sort of on the edge, and it seems like they're kind of looking for jobs, but they're not exactly looking for jobs, which is kind of really interesting. And then he said here, it's 战术性躺平, which is basically lying flat, but strategically lying flat because of this current predicament that they're in. I'm not sure if I explained this well enough for you guys, but I hope you guys can understand. And of course, I understand it hurts, man. I mean, talking to the new manager, talking to the head product manager of the EC7, they express how every time the stock price goes down, they feel the pain because, they have a lot of their net income and wealth tied in new stock as well. So it does really affect them quite severely when the stock price does go down, and it is a little bit demoralizing. But my response to this is sort of like back in 2019, where everybody was kind of demoralized and basically at the bottom of the valley. But things will get better, in my personal opinion. I think things will get better. And these guys, these employees, and every single NIO shareholder holding NIO stock right now, that's down a lot. I know it's painful. It is very painful. I'm quite hurt as well, but we'll get through all of this. This is like one day NIO will go back to the mountaintop, and it might even be a higher mountaintop than previous mountaintops, with all the good things that are bound to happen with NIO. For example, the sub-brand, which is probably going to be a massive success, and NT 3.0 cars with the revolutionary suspension and lots of cool stuff. But for now, people are demoralized. It's a natural thing. We can't expect everything to be rise and shine and happy all the time. And don't forget, we got all those partnerships, and even Cherry, the CEO of Cherry, rooting for NIO, saying, advertising for NIO himself on stage, saying that NIO's cars are very good cars. I mean, when you got the CEO of another automobile company saying that, it really speaks volume. All right, so NIO is destined for success. They're trying to go for a leaner operation, so they're cutting down some of the excess fat. It's painful, I understand. It's gonna hurt while that happens, but you're gonna end up being healthier company once this is all done. And obviously the competition is very severe, very intense, but NIO has lots of good products planned out for the future. So I think NIO is destined for success in the future.